Welcome back. Joining me now is California Congressman Ted Lieu. He's a member of the House Judiciary Committee. Congressman, thank you very much for joining us. I know you're going to jump on this 3 p.m. call with House Democrats right after you talk to us. What are you expecting to be discussing there?
Thank you, Katie, for your question. Let me first say that Americans should be proud of this historic moment. Despite numerous attempts by Robert Mueller to have his investigation thwarted by the president, he was able to complete it on his own terms. Shows that our system held, our institutions are strong, and now the American people need to see this report. I was on an earlier conference call with House Judiciary Dems, and I've been updated and briefed, and so I look forward to this additional conference call. But right now we're waiting for the summary, but we want the entire report from the Department of Justice.
What can you tell us about that call you had earlier?
For one thing, the House Democrats have sent over document preservation letters to the Department of Justice. We'll make sure that all the documents are preserved in the event that we need to see those documents. And Special Counsel Mueller has a narrow mission. His mission was, did he find enough evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that someone committed a crime mostly related to Russia? Congressional committees have a much larger mission. We want to know, did Donald Trump, his family or associates commit any crime? And second, did they commit any ethical misconduct, whether or not it amounted to a crime?
So you're saying you want to see any information that might be there that could lead to impeachment?
Well, we want to know so that we can show the American people what Donald Trump and his associates may or may not have done. We don't know what's in this report. It could exonerate Donald Trump, or it could say we would have indicted him but for the fact that he's president. There's a wide spectrum of possibilities, so it's hard to speculate, but we need to know the underlying evidence so that Congress can fulfill our oversight mission.
What sort of summary will be acceptable, or is anything less than the entire report and the supporting documentation acceptable?
So the Department of Justice has two rules. One is you can't indict a sitting president. Second rule is if you don't indict someone, you can't say anything about them. That means we would basically get a summary that says nothing about Donald Trump. That would be unacceptable. We need to see the entire report. We need to know what's in it, and then the American people, which paid for this report, can make a decision.
Let me read to you a letter, part of a letter, warning the DOJ that this policy could be used as a pretext for a cover-up of misconduct if Congress doesn't see the entire thing. This was sent by a number of chairs of Democratic committees to the DOJ before the report was finished. It says the president must be subject to accountability because the Justice Department maintains that a sitting president cannot be indicted to then withhold evidence of wrongdoing from Congress because a sitting president cannot be charged is to convert the Justice Department policy into the means for a cover-up. Anything less than full transparency would raise serious questions about whether the Department of Justice policy is being used as a pretext for a cover-up of misconduct. Are you saying that in this letter, are Democrats saying that they believe there is misconduct there and that if they don't hear about it, if it's not released, then DOJ will be part of a cover-up?
That is basically what we're saying, because if the Department of Justice doesn't provide us the full report and they take the position that they can't indict a sitting president, then basically we're not going to get any information. Congress is now the only institution that can hold the president accountable because of the DOJ policy that they will not seek to indict a sitting president. So we need to know all the facts and the evidence so we can do our job.
Are you concerned about the trust in our institutions? The president has been systematically trying to tear down the trust of the DOJ and law enforcement, both in interviews and on Twitter. If the aren't accepting of whatever Robert Mueller finds, are you concerned that the Democrats might be doing more to harm the institution alongside the president than help build it back up?
So you raise a very good point in the question, and let me say that the president did in fact attack this investigation and the special counsel and law enforcement. And despite all those attacks, we had a Republican-led investigation in a Republican-controlled Department of Justice that investigated a Republican president that was allowed to conclude. That shows to me that our institutions are very strong. And as Democrats, well, let me say just for myself, I will honor what Robert Mueller says in this report, but we absolutely need to see what the report says.
So you want to see the documentation because potentially you don't trust William Barr?
It's not that I don't trust William Barr. Based on William Barr's confirmation hearings, it was clear to me that he was not willing to provide the full report to Congress. I hope that I'm wrong on that. I hope he does provide the whole report to Congress and to the American people. But we need to see all the information and related materials.
Congressman Ted Lieu. Congressman, thank you so much, and good luck on that conference call.
Thank you, Katie.